Can you handle the truth? Let's get there. Let's talk about it.
Can you handle the truth?
Can you handle the truth? I mean, can you really handle the truth?
Can you handle the truth?
Can you?
Can you handle?
Can you handle the truth?
Can you handle the truth? Thursday night. Ah, yeah.
Hello, everyone. You know, I'm always trying to try something new, all right? Try to keep you guys entertained, all right? Now, hello. Listen, welcome to Can You Handle the Truth? I am your host and creator, Jocelyn N. McGuire, specializing in breakthrough counseling, women's ministry, mental health, trauma in adults as well as in children. Listen, my goal is to see, and my passion is that people will overcome with the truth. Now, I do hold some credentials. Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I am a licensed evangelist as well. I do have a certification for circle keeper. Listen, come on in here. Go grab somebody. Time to get on in here and hear what I have got to say. Listen, remember this. Like and what? Share. And main thing, don't forget to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Jocelyn N. McGuire. Can you, with the letter U, handle the truth? Thank you guys for tuning in, coming in. I greatly do appreciate it. My viewers on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you guys. All right. Okay. Now we have, Evangelist. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. Doris Fresh Wind Payton. Oh, she says hello. Hello back to you. Remember, guys, like and share. And we're going to show our comments on our screen as well. First of all, there's been a lot of disturbing news of the passing of different celebrities. And I just want to call out their names and for us to give reference to them in silence to their families and loved ones and fans that supported them throughout the years. And first of all, we're going to call off the names in the order that it seems to have appeared. First is Malcolm Jamal Warner. We know him from the Cosbys as a child, but he went on to do remarkable things in his adult life as well. So we want to give our condolences to his family, friends, and fans. Also to Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne. You all know who he was. His family as well, and Hulk Hogan. You know, that was our wrestler, you know, especially back there in the 70s, that we grew up on as a kid. Hulk Hogan, the wrestler. Condolences to his family and friends and fans as well. And also to Chuck Mangione, who was a trumpeter, and man, great people that passed away. So let's give a moment of silence to them that have passed away in respect of their passing. Okay, just a moment. Amen, amen, and God bless you all. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Our subject tonight, our subject tonight, our subject tonight, our subject. Now, should parents be held accountable for their child's crimes? Let me repeat that again. Let me repeat that again. Listen, should parents be held accountable for their child's crimes? Now, some would say yes. Then we had some that voice an opinion of no, that parents should not be held liable for their children's crimes. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about these things that are occurring with children, these crimes, they having to deal with crimes of life being taken. That's the only way I can put it. Life being taken. As to where this child has taken the life of someone or has taken the life of others or has caused serious bodily harm. Okay. Now, these are the crimes that we are mainly focusing on in the essence of these school shootings. Okay. School shootings. Also, talking about, yes, and also talking about not only school shootings, but the shooting or the taking the life of someone else. Okay, and let's say that this is done with a weapon that they had received or gotten from their household. Okay, now she says here, Peyton, she says, yes, they should if they are underage. Absolutely. If the child, your child underage, and this is who we're speaking of, because once they reach the age of 18, then they are accountable for their actions. They are accountable for their actions once they reach the age of 18, that the parents are no longer responsible for this child now who has turned into an adult. They are no longer responsible. They're no longer responsible. Hello, James. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now how about carjacking? Oh, wow. Car hijacking. Oh, that's a good one because we had a car jacking incident here where it involved teenagers and the person, the mother, when she was a mother, um, lost her life, lost her life doing this carjacking. Now, I would say, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, that if the child goes out and commits this type of crime, this type of crime, that the parents I don't believe the parents should have any sort of accountability depending depending upon the circumstances that this child may be living in, the environment they are living in. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about a child that has been neglected. Okay, we're talking about parents who are negligent in supervision, and that could very well be one. And it could be an incident where this child is their first time ever committing a crime or sneaking out of the household. Okay. Now, and the parents are unaware. Now, negligence in supervision, negligence in guidance, negligence. Because a parent role is to what? Is to what? Is to what? Is to what? Guide their child through this life of moral conduct of what is right and what is wrong. Okay? What is right and what is wrong. You as a parent, as a parent, as a legal guardian, is the person that's supposed to guide these children in the right direction into explaining to them the law and explaining to them the morals, values, explaining to them it's wrong to steal, for one. Explain this to your children as you are nurturing them into being well groomed and well put together, well thinking into morally thinking what is right, what is wrong. As they used to say when I was coming up, raise your child in the fear and the admonition of God, that you would put these principles before them, that you will not steal nothing, that it doesn't belong to you, don't take. But we are talking about children. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Phyllis Perry. Thanks for joining us. She says, hello, everyone. We are talking about children. We are talking about children that are underage. Okay. We are talking about the ones that are under 18 and to which the parents are still responsible for. All right. Now, being a parent, okay, being a parent, would you purchase your 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old a gun? Would you purchase your adolescent, your teenager a weapon of destruction? Would you give that weapon to them and teach them how to shoot? Okay. Now, this is an incident that happened in 2021. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not, Phyllis. No, absolutely not. This is an incident that occurred in 2021. And this is something kind of new to the justice system. it's where the parents were charged with the deaths of their son taking the life of another. Okay. Now, this is what occurred. It was a 15-year-old. He was charged as an adult and with life in prison without parole. Now, he's only 15, only 15. That is a very tender young age. But this is what happened with this 15-year-old child. And I'm going to say child because you're still a child. Even though you are a teenager, they are still children. They are still held under your responsibility as the adult, okay? Still held under your responsibility as an adult. Now, in 2021, Jennifer Crumbly, that's the first parent, because they did go ahead and charge the second parent, which is the dad. Okay, she was convicted on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter because this son, this 15-year-old boy, that killed 4 people. He unalived them with the gun that the parents purchased for him. Now this is rather strange because they charging the parents as well because the parents provided the weapon. They provided the weapon, and they have footage of the mother taking the son to the gun range and teaching him how to shoot. Now I know that some people do buy their sons weapons, rifles. You know, especially if you down south and they do a lot of what they call hunting. They hunt, and so they kind of like teach the child how to hunt. Okay, I might can go along with that, but however, while you're um, supplying your child with this weapon, are you teaching them that this is not used to bring bodily harm to anyone? Are you teaching them the value of life? Are you teaching them the value of life? Because this is very important. Can you handle the truth? Listen, so many school, and these are occurring at school as well. So many school shootings have occurred, and it was weapons that were accessible to these teenagers, to these children. Now, I'm not going to only say teenager because there was one incident where the 6-year-old brought the gun to school, shot the teacher. I believe he shot another child. I'm not very certain on that, so don't quote me on that. But however, he got this gun from home. He got the gun from home. Now, should that parent be held accountable for that child finding the gun, taking the gun to the school and shot. He shot the teacher. I believe he shot a student. But nevertheless, to have your child 6 years old have the thought of taking a weapon to school and using it, I will have to ask, Mom, Dad, are you teaching your children the value of life? Are you teaching your children, I'm going to repeat it, the value of life? I want to know, what are you teaching your children? Are you guiding your children? Are you supervising your children? Are you monitoring their whereabouts and the things they are searching on social media? What things are your children doing that you would not approve of? And don't turn your head the other way, because we have a lot of parents that refuse to acknowledge that they are a mess up. I'm just using a real nice word. I'm just using a real nice word, that they are a mess up, that they have not raised this child, but this child has been raising themselves. And a lot of time, and a lot of time, I'm not going to say it's all the time, because you can have good parents. Mhm. You can have good parents, and the parents can guide this child, giving this child guidance, giving this child supervision, and but sometimes our eyes and ears cannot be everywhere. We don't know the depths of our children's friendship, their social life. We don't know what actually goes on at school with our children. Okay, we don't know, and a lot of times, children will keep things that are occurring with them to themselves. They will not share what is happening with them at school. And these parents, they may have weapons at home for the safeguard of their family, to keep their family safe. Okay, they may. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I was going to say that. Phyllis said that the guns should be put up safe from children at all time. Yeah, if you're gonna own a gun, be responsible. Get a lock on it. Put it away, because it's amazing how children have like an extra radar. They can just find things, and or they see you and you don't know it. They're just like little sneaky spies. They see you putting it away. You think you put it away without them knowing it. But however, listen, if you are a gun owner, you own a gun, please put that gun away out of the reach of your children and put a lock on it. A lock. A lock is to where it can't be picked. It can't be picked. You can't open the lock unless you have a key, unless you have a combination, however those things work. Put a lock on the gun. Now, here we go. Here we go to the legal part of it. Now, say, no, your child has not caused problems, has not been problems. They do everything that they are told to do. They are obedient children. But however, something has occurred. Something has occurred as to where they turn to violence, to unalive someone. And they have come to a decision that this is the only way I can get rid of this problem. Now, say you're innocent child. And when I say innocent child, I mean this is a child that caused no problems. This is a child that don't bother anyone. This is a child that is obedient. This is a child that seem to mind their own business at school. But however, something has occurred at the school. And usually it's some sort of bullying, and the child knows that they can't beat this person with their mouth. They know they can't beat this person physically in the confrontation of fighting. They know that. So then they resort to a deadly method, and they find the gun. Now, and they go to the school and they unalive someone or several people or just one person. However, a life has been what? Snatched, taken away. There is no reason to take another's life. Uh, Life is valuable. And I can understand people becoming angry, children becoming angry, but there are other ways of resolving your issue. Now, say that the child got the gun and they unalive someone. Should the parents be held accountable for that crime? Should the parents be held accountable for that crime? And this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say yes. Yes, because for one, you had the weapon. You had the gun. You purchased it yourself, or someone may have given it to you. Phyllis agrees with me. She says, yes, yes, the parents should be held accountable. You should be held accountable. You are responsible. Come on, parents. Come on, parents. You are responsible for that weapon. You are responsible. So if you have a weapon, you feel as though this is what you need to protect your family or protect yourself or whatever reason you give yourself to have a gun, then you need to be extra careful with it. You need to make sure that this weapon is not accessible to any children. To any children. Have you heard of incidents where the small children, toddlers nonetheless, have toddlers nonetheless have obtained the weapon from their room, their parents' room, or where it was at, and they unalive another child in the house by by accident. This is by accident. This is by accident, pure accident. Because I don't think a child that's 3, 4 years old knows the danger of such a weapon, that it has bullets, and that if you were to pull this trigger, that this gun would disperse this bullet, and this bullet can enter into the body and cause, if not deadly harm, can cause serious damage. Life-threatening, could be life-threatening. Should the parents be held accountable? And my answer, and Phyllis also agrees, the answer is yes, you should be held accountable. You should be held accountable because you should have had the weapon locked away. That weapon should have been locked away. Or the child could get the weapon. Now, here go another one. The child could get the weapon and accidentally shoot themselves. And it's hard. I know these parents are feeling a heartache, and we feel as though they've been punished enough. But no, 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 no. You should have had that weapon put away. And yes, I feel your pain of loss. I'm not insensitive to that. I feel your pain of loss. But however, take the responsibility of your deadly weapons. Secure them so that a child would not have access. And if your child happens to get a hold of this weapon, well, make sure it's not usable. Make sure, I'm sorry I keep freezing. I'm sorry about that on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. But your child, you should be responsible that even if your child get that gun, you should have that gun disabled in a way that they cannot use it. You should have that gun secure. And when I say secure, I mean locked. It should be locked like Fort Knox. That if this child, they get this gun, that it cannot go off, they cannot use it. So this is why I'm standing on parents being held accountable. Now, how about when, because we have a rash of youth carjacking, okay? A rash of youth carjacking. And they had interviewed this one parent where her son had multiple charges of carjacking, and the courts would always let him go, and he repeatedly would do these crimes. And the mother is pleading with the judicial system to lock her son up. Now she's pleading with them, lock him up. You keep letting him go. You keep releasing him, and he continues to do the same thing. That parent should not be accountable. That parent should not be accountable because the courts continue to let this criminal, this juvenile criminal out. And the mother is pleading, keep him. She's pleading for help. Because evidently, and sometimes parents, you could be a good parent, but you could be a parent that has no control. You can be a good parent, but a parent without control. What do we say to these parents? Well, this is what I'm going to say to the parents that are good parents, but you have no control over your children. And what I mean by no control is that your child repeatedly disobey you. Okay, your child repeatedly disobey you, and you being the best parent you can, then you should seek some sort of help, especially from the courts. Let it be known and documented. Let it be documented that you have a child that is out of control, and this child is a repeat offender. Okay, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Thanks for joining in. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Kevin. Listen, so Kevin says this. He said, so what do we do as parents in a situation like that? Well, let me tell you, this is what you should do. You should let the authorities know, let the courts know that you, because guess what? They got a place for unruly children. Oh, yes. Listen, parents, 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 parents. It's again, parents. There's a place for them. There is a place for them. And you need to get with your juvenile system, your juvenile court, a caseworker. Make sure it is documented that this child, you can give up your parents' rights. I would. If I had a child and they was out of control and I could not do nothing else with them, and they out here stealing, they out here beating on folks, They out here killing, they out here slinging drugs. But guess what? They got a place for you. I relinquish my parental rights. Oh, yes. I relinquish my parental rights. You got a child out of control? Listen, there's a place for them. Now, we do have a question here on TikTok. Let me address it. Thank you, Kevin. That was a very good questions right there. That was very good. Let me go here to TikTok. We have Cafeteria Talk, Woke 9, Ether. Crazy that parents can't deal with themselves because your child is a reflection of you and your environment. So, are you saying that since this child is a reflection of the parent, that the parents somewhere in their childhood were disobedient as children as well, and that their environment speaks for itself as far as violence and the behavior of the adults? Is this basically what you're saying? Because this is basically what I'm getting. That you remember when you was a kid and your parents would tell you, wait till you have children. Wait till you have some children. And they would say that to you because they wanted you to experience the agony that you gave to them. I'm just saying. Can you handle the truth? Okay, Cafeteria Woke 9, Ether. He says the universe can only produce with what it has to work with. He's saying they are perfect. Well, how are they perfect if they're going out here killing other people? How are they perfect when they go out here and steal hardworking people's vehicles? How are they even near perfect if they're out here and they are robbing and stealing from people who have worked hard, people that have worked every day of their life to have what they have, and then here your child comes along and take what is not theirs circumstantially. Okay, yeah, okay. Take what is not theirs. Now, we as hard working adults, it is not fair that this child steals from you. And sometimes they even steal from their own home. They steal from their own mothers, or they steal from their own parents or father. They will steal. Someone needs to be held accountable, period. Someone needs to be held accountable, especially when this is repeated over and over and over and over. It's like this is just what they do. And no matter what sort of punishment you may give your child, it doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work. Your child is out of control. pro. Well, I know some of y'all are probably saying, well, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I done told you what to do. I done told you what to do. You have a child that is a repeat offender. That means they repeat the same crimes over and over again, or they go on to do new crimes. And this is a continuation. This is what they do. This is their behavior. And it doesn't seem that you talking, it doesn't seem that you punish any punishment is not being effective. So the punishment that you issue are not effective. What do you do if you do not want to be accountable for their crimes? Well, very well, parents, you can't lock them up. That's against the law right there. Only people can lock somebody up is the judge. That's it. So you might as well go that route. And like I said, make sure it's documented. Don't be no lazy parent. You not gonna say a word. Don't be no lazy parent. You not gonna go to court and speak up. Don't be no lazy parent where you don't use your voice. Don't do that. Don't be a lazy parent. Yeah, you just lazy. Either you're lazy or you have an addiction that you care more about than your child. You have an addiction that you are negligent to your child or your children. You display addiction that you are not parenting. Mm-hmm. The only thing that you are showing your children is how your addiction is over them. So parents do not care. There are a lot of parents that do not care. There are a lot of parents that should not even have a child. There are a lot of parents that should not even reproduce. Period. Did y'all see that? Period. Because they selfish. And I hope some parents are on here today. It's hard for people to admit they're wrong. Oh, yes. It is difficult for people to admit they are wrong. And it's difficult for people to admit to the what? Truth. And the truth of the matter is this. You are not parenting. You're not. Somebody had put in a question. Who is raising who? Are the children raising the parents? It seems to be that way. Have parents totally lost grip of parenting? It seems to be that way. Now I'm going to twist this question around a little bit that if parents knew that they would be held accountable for their child carjacking, robbing, stealing, doping, selling drugs, if they knew that their child should they be held accountable? You know your child is doing little Johnny ain't what he used to be. You know that. I know that. You know that. Kevin agrees. Thank you, Kevin. There, and we about to wrap it up, guys, because let me just say this. There are laws put into place. Laws put into place to protect parents. You have an unruly child. Yeah, things would change if these parents knew that they would be held accountable for little Johnny and Susie Q out here carjacking, breaking into cars, breaking into people's homes and breaking into businesses. And they caught your child and they held you accountable. What are you going to do as a parent? Are you going to straighten up yourself and be a parent? Or are you going to take legal actions against your child? Listen, y'all know I get very passionate about whatever I'm trying to convey over to you guys. You know, I become very compassionate about that. Very compassionate about it because there are a lot of things that we can do to avoid a lot of things. Can you handle the truth? Listen, I want to say this to all my viewers on tonight. Thank you all for your support. Now, last week I was not available to do the podcast because we were on family vacation. And we had a great time at the cabins in Gatlinburg. And then we went to Pigeon Forge and went somewhere else. But however, we had a great time. There is videos and pictures that are posted on Facebook and Instagram that you can go and view for your liking if you want to. And I may even put some on YouTube, my vacation time with my family. There's nothing like family and friends. Nothing like family and friends getting together, enjoying each other. Listen, guess what? You know something? Let's leave out with a little music here, okay? Guess what? You know what? I love you, but most of all, God loves you best. You're blessed. Be a blessing, as my friend Lanier would always say. If you're blessed, be a blessing. Listen, there's the state fair in Columbus is going on right now. And I want to say this to you. Keep your head on a swivel and stay hydrated. Okay? Drink plenty of fluids. Yes. Phyllis is saying, please pray for our city because it needs much prayer. So much is going on. Oh my God, I tell you what, evil is rapidly going across the land. Okay, people seem to have no no remorse or thought of remorse. And that's a bad thing. Okay? That's a bad thing. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, now this is it. Oh, wow. Wow. Hold on a second. Now this is our end of our podcast. Like I always say, I love you, but God loves you best. You bless, be a blessing, and most of all, keep your head on a swivel, baby. All right? And have a great and safe weekend. All right? Peace out.